thanks for taking the time to do this. First things first, keep it really simple. How you doing?
I'm really good, mate. Life's been really good, yeah. How about
Yeah.
yourself?
Yeah, doing okay. Can't complain, basically. World's a shit show, but we carry on, right?
Yeah, I agree.
I love that I get to talk to you again following the release of not just a new album, but a bloody fantastic new album. It's been out a little over a day now. Has what you've accomplished fully sunk in yet?
I don't think so, mate. No. It's it's been a bit of a blur. It's just like, even just going on Spotify and seeing it there is just it's crazy to me. It's been such a long process to get where we are. So seeing it become a reality is a bit crazy. Yeah.
Have you given it your own listen through a streaming service yet?
I have done, yeah. I haven't, because obviously when we got the finals back, I didn't listen to it for ages because you can be critical of your own work, right?
Mm.
And I did listen to it yesterday, and it was an emotional listen of kind of reflecting on, where I was writing it to where I am now. Yeah, it was emotional listen for sure.
Oh, incredible, incredible. Almost like a little look back at what was compared to
Yeah,
now. It is such early days, but so far, based off like reviews you've read and stuff like that, how have you found the reaction?
amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
very. Yeah, there's been a number of like different things that are being said, and they're all positive, but like the things that we really wanted to hear, you know, like people that understand what we're getting at, and they understand, we're not trying to mimic anyone's sound and stuff like that, which is great because that's what we want. We want like our own. We
Mm-hmm.
want to be accepted for what we're trying to do rather than be compared. If you know what I mean. So
Mm-hmm.
the reactions have been great. Yeah, we've had messages and stuff, and yeah, couldn't have had a better reaction. I'll be honest.
Well, we are Sovereign are an incomparable band as a group. There is no doubt about that. And this is just a further encapsulation of that. So it's fantastic that that's being picked up on.
Yeah, that's honestly one of the main things we wanted. We dread to like read a review and get. It's not. I guess not dread. That's the wrong word. But when people you know just word that they feel that you're trying to copy it, but then it's not good
Mhm.
enough. It's not a good enough copy and stuff like that. So it's always nice to be appreciated for what you're doing. Definitely.
Well, talk to me about your vision, in particular, what you wanted to say with this release overall.
So the vision concept of it is to reflect on a journey of being at rock bottom to overcoming the other side. Um, that's the whole concept of the album itself. Is about reflecting on life and breaking down each individual part of it that most of us have experienced or will do in the future. The whole heartbreak, the betrayal, being resilient, trying to survive, and that's where it all came from. I wanted to bring a journey to life. Like every single track on that album is written about an experience that I've been through and felt, and the other band members as well. Like we've all experienced one form or more off that album, and probably yourself, you have too.
No doubt, no doubt. In fact, I would say that even you already kind of said it, but if you can look at and say, well, I haven't experienced this yet, whether we like it or not, you inevitably will in the future. It's
Yeah,
all a part of life.
it is, unfortunately. Yeah, it's some people get it all at once, some people get it in bits. It's every topic on there is, like you said, it's unfortunately going to happen.
And it's real. And it's real, which is so, so important. Did the theme dictate the writing? Did you find that because you wanted to focus on so many internal battles, as it were, that you had to change things to fit?
Um, Not necessarily. No, what I'd say is because the main concept, what I did is I drew this signpost and I wrote
Hmm.
words on it, and that's how it all started. Obviously, we got someone to make it in real life with wood and stuff, like a real life signpost. But that's where it all began. So before we actually finalized lyrics and wrote all the lyrics, we knew what the songs were going to be about. The song names changed quite a lot, but it's still stuck to the same theme. So it was kind of already planned out, the concept of the album. So we just wanted to fit the lyrics around what the topic was.
And not necessarily easy. Did it come naturally when it came to, fleshing out these songs, any and all of them, and creating them into what they are now? Was it something that flowed out of you?
I'd say 50-50. Some of it flows from you, like some of it just naturally comes. Like I'll be random places, or Ash will get, he used to get like melody ideas, and just random things would come to you out of nowhere, and it fits. Or some of the time we'd be sat there, or we'd go for a couple of weeks trying to complete a melody, or trying to make something fit, or a lot, on a couple of the songs we did complete them lyrically, and then we wiped it and completely went and did it all again.
Wow.
Because we are perfectionists, so we will go that far to make sure that a song is exactly how we want it. Yeah.
Is it fair to say a lot ended up on the cutting room floor?
Yeah. If you listen like back to our demos, it's insane how they sound. Definitely, yeah. Which I'm glad, like, we did have that time to do that, because it came out the best it could do.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what I gather from what you're saying as well. You're obviously immensely proud of what you put out here, but you feel this is the best it could possibly be.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Well, you then personally, what was something you found particularly challenging about creating the release overall?
I'd say a lot of it is, when you're in a band, you've got to kind of balance your personal life with your musical life. So that was a massive challenge. I'd also say, because we spoke last time, didn't we? The pandemic was a massive challenge. Trying to keep it together, but trying to follow a dream at the same time, which, ironically, what one of the songs is about on the album. So, a lot of it is challenging. Like, people only see the releases. They see the releases, they see the music videos. They don't see what goes on behind closed doors. The amount of effort that goes into filming a video, or the studio time, the hours of trying to perfect something. So I'd say overall that's the challenging part, is trying to be a human being and, live your life, but at the same time balance this as well. Does that make sense? Yeah.
You feel that that's getting easier or harder?
I'd say easier. Yeah, because I feel like, with the progression of the band over the last couple of years, with what we're trying to achieve and everything, I feel like, we've got a clearer direction of what's going on and where we're going. So I feel like everything's got a lot easier with that. Yeah. And I'd say a lot of, when you make your first music video, or when you make your first song, or you don't know how people are going to react and all of that, I feel like that nervousness is gone now. I feel like it's kind of like, people are going to love it or hate it. People, you see us live, they either like it or they don't. It's kind of that weight off the shoulders has been lifted, and we just want to enjoy it now. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense, because I get the vibes that as a group, We Are Sovereign as a group are much more confident in not just what you're capable of, but what you're able to bring to this overburdened rock and metal world.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like as a new band, you're always going to be scared, because you don't even know if people are going to listen to you. You don't know what reaction you're going to get. You don't know if what you've put into, all these hours of work, it's going to get appreciated. Or that's a scary thing about being in a band, is you have no idea how the audience is going to take you. You can love your song, but it doesn't mean everyone else will.
Absolutely. But the general consensus is that not only are people really enjoying We Are Sovereign as a group overall up to this point, but also where you're going now. It seems to be the general consensus. I don't really read or see anything negative.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a great response. I'd say we haven't really had anything negative, which I'm quite happy about. You'll get the odd comment on a music video, but you're always going to get that. But I'd say it's been 99% positive. So
it's YouTube. I mean, if there's no one out there with 100% positive comments in a YouTube video, it doesn't matter what it is.
yeah, very true.
What about something in relation to the creation of the record? Any part of the process that you particularly enjoyed? Maybe it was something that challenged you.
Well, that's a really good question. That I'd say vocally I did push myself. And I'd also say, yeah, I'd say vocally pushing ourselves, and then also the whole trying new things, I'd say as well. Like, I feel like in the past, when I have an idea in my head, I settle on it and I'm just like, nothing can beat this, or nothing can, I don't feel comfortable changing that. Whereas I feel like now I'm a lot different. I will try things. So I feel like that's definitely something that, yeah.
You think you're all getting not just a lot more creative, but a lot more open with your creativity?
Yeah, definitely. Feel like more daring.
Oh, nice choice
Yeah.
of word.
Especially for the
Wonderful.
next, the next, because we're writing at the moment. Like, I feel like for the next, just being daring, isn't it? And just doing what you feel you want to do. We don't feel there's any rules, or we're not as scared. Yeah, for sure.
You must have. There must be a line. Do you have a point where creativity and experimentation goes too far, or have you not found it yet, that line?
I'd say, yeah, something like, say if I don't know, started getting a banjo out and started, doing one of them over, like, I don't know, a heavy riff. But I'd say so far we've got the right balance of keeping our sound and experimenting, but keeping. I think the main thing for us is we want to we are sovereign. We don't want to be dramatic and, turn into a deathcore band. But yeah, we're just very open to trying new ideas and trying something different.
Absolutely. I mean, you're an artist. You're going to grow. You're going to get new ideas. You're going to get influenced by different things. And as a fan and as a listener, the last thing we should ever want is see you limit yourself anyway. So full support for that. Is there a track on the album that you're particularly interested in seeing how over time the response is?
I'd say These Four Walls for me, because it goes, in depth about mental health. You can take different views on the song as well. Like, you can, I can feel like people are going to have their own take on it and their own experience with the song that they can relate to. So that's definitely a song that as time goes on, I can't wait for more people to hear it.
I like that, particularly as you say, when people are able to take their own stance in it from their own scenarios in their own worlds and countries and own cultures and so on. It makes a lot of sense to me, because this is a statement of an album. You guys are wearing your heart on your sleeves, and it connects in incredible ways.
Thank you.
Obviously, mental health, mental state is a major aspect of it. How do you personally deal with the frustrations of, I don't want to use such an encompassing word, but existence as it is right now, say just in the UK?
As in keep myself well and try and I'd say for me it's a lot of balance in your life, and it's the way, what I've always said is, if you're not happy somewhere and you can change it, try and change it. And I understand that you can't always change things. It's impossible sometimes. But I feel like, I always try to break things down into little sections. And I think, what can I control? What can't I? And the things that I can, and if there is another, if there's another path that I can take, no matter how uncomfortable it makes me, I take it. So I try and fix everything that I can in my life. Things that I can't control, I just either learn to adapt to or just do my best to manage. And just keep myself well, make sure that I'm looking after myself. I feel that's the main thing above all. Like, if you're okay within yourself, you're going to be able to take on a lot of challenge, and you're going to be able to survive than if you weren't.
And as working on this album and you're seeing it come to fruition and seeing it wander out into the world on its legs, to be viewed and heard by so many people, had a positive effects on your own mental health?
What, the way people have reacted to it, you mean?
No, I mean just the fact that you created it.
Absolutely, yeah. I feel like it's taken a weight off my shoulders. There's a lot that I had to say, a lot that we had to get out there, and yeah, I definitely, yeah, 100%. You know, listening to it back.
Yeah, I mean, when listening to back or even performing it live, how does your mind adapt to that side of things?
Oh, it's a massive release. It's a lot of emotion for sure. Like, you know, there'll be times and you know, I'll be on the stage and I'll, you know, for these four walls, for example, and it makes me very emotional. I can still vocally deliver it, but it makes me very emotional. Just very good at hiding it. But then it's also, you know, it's also I also get positive feelings of thinking how far the band's come, how far I've come, and kind of like a sense of being proud of not giving up, and that it wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't be on the stage if I had. So it's, you know, it's a mix of emotions there, good and bad.
And when you kind of look out and see a crowd, you know, enjoying it, I'd imagine that must have an incredibly positive feeling.
Yeah, incredible. Like we've had a really good reaction so far, and a great, you know, some great feedback after our shows, and we get to chat to people, you know, if they come and buy merch, or they'll you know, we'll chat outside and stuff. So yeah, it's definitely nice to see that, you know, the work that you've put in and the message that you're trying to get across is working. It's you know, it's made it all worth it.
Do you feel like you almost want to do some shows where you kind of play it in full, perform it entirely from beginning to end?
We've actually done that. We've done it.
Cool.
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah, we did it at our first headline show in Birmingham. Yeah, we did play the album in full. Yeah. Weirdly though, the way we play the album live isn't the same as the track listing, just for the way it works live. So that's the only difference, but we have played it in full, definitely. Yeah.
Do you want to continue potentially doing that? Because I feel like that's as much as I love previous output, that's what I want to see right now.
Yeah, we definitely want to continue doing that. We'll only knock like one song off, depending on how long set we've got. But yeah, we would definitely want to continue doing that, showcase the album, definitely, because we enjoy it as well. Love playing every song of it.
Good. Going forward, you know, over the next couple of months and into 2024, what do you think you need to do to push We Are Sovereign to the next level? What do you think you can do potentially?
I'd say carry on playing live shows and, you know, interacting with people in person, you know, getting our name out there on social media, and making sure that that every day someone knows we exist, putting ourselves in front of people. And the main thing is working hard and making sure that, you know, we don't just sit back and think, oh, the album's out now, because that's not how it works. You know, we've got to continue to graft. We've got to continue to put in 100% into everything we do, our videos, you know, our music. So I feel like that's the path we're going to take, for sure.
Yeah, whether you like it or not, you've got to continue to have that heavy presence online, and of course at shows and things like that, and hopefully that will pay off. You know, hard work in theory does to a certain degree. A little bit of luck, particularly in the online world, but what are you going to do? We can't control that, as you said. What does the rest of 2023 look like for you right now? Have you got any major plans in place that you can talk about?
So for the rest of the year, we're just concentrating on playing shows. We're writing music behind closed doors. So, and we're, you know, in the process of doing a couple more music videos for tracks off the album.
Amazing.
Because you know, the plan is to do a music video for every track on the album, because we're a very visual band. And we're also in works of turning a few tracks acoustically as well. So that's another part of the plan. Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be very, very interesting to hear. And I love the video for every song deserves a video on it. So it's going to be incredible to see them all lined up, potentially tell a story that way.
Yeah.
It's great to hear that you're so busy.
Yeah. We're just trying to do everything we can to get our message out there. And we just want to go far and wide, for sure.
Yeah, we need you to spread out around this country. What does, for you personally, what does We Are Sovereign mean to you?
Everything. It's literally, I put my heart and soul into it. We all do. And it's something that, you know, it's mind-blowing to see, just getting an idea and where it's come now. So to me, it's kind of a symbolism of what you can achieve if you don't give up, for me. And it's also got a lot of emotion attached to it as well. And you know, it's music's always been a massive part of my life. So to be in a band where I love doing music and being able to perform songs that I love, you know, I couldn't ask for anything better than that. So it means everything to me. You know, people have their kids, their childs. That's mine. Yeah.
What can I possibly say in response to that? Incredible words, and thank you for sharing that with me. Laura, this is a point in the interview where we change things up. This is Ozzy Osbourne, and in his head are randomized cards with super serious or super silly questions. And I pull them randomly out, and if you wouldn't mind answering some for me.
Of course, go for it.
All right, we'll begin with this one then. What is your drunk food of choice?
Oh, drunk food of choice. If I can get to a takeaway, it's a pizza. If I go to my house drunk, then it's anything that will go together in the fridge. So it'd be like a piece of cheese with a bit of meat in it. Anything I can find.
I mean, that's
nothing off the floor though. Nothing off the floor.
It's all believable though, because it's drunk food of choice. Pizza though, what's the toppings? What are you getting?
Probably gonna get hated for this, but I like pineapple on my pizza. I like ham and pineapple. Yeah.
It is the controversial one, the most controversial questions in the world. What is the first thing you do after you wake up in the morning or in the evening, whatever?
Brush my teeth.
Simple, but there it is.
Try and open my eyes first because I'm always knackered. But yeah, brush my teeth. Yeah.
What horror movie cliche character would you be?
Oh, that's a good one. Probably the guy from Scream. Because he's the one with the mask. He's a bit of a nerd, isn't he? He's a bit it's a bit all over the place. That's probably me. Wouldn't ever kill anyone, obviously, but yeah, I'd say, yeah, definitely, probably.
Fantastic. It's another horror. What is a horror movie scenario that you would hate to find yourself in?
Oh God. All of them, you know, I feel so much, and when I watch a horror movie, I always imagine it's me, and it's so uncomfortable. So I kind of have to be in the right mood to watch a horror movie. But I'd say being chased. I can't. You know that whole thing of like when you're a kid and you go up the stairs and you think that someone's chasing you, and that feeling, I can't handle that. If I knew someone was chasing me, yeah.
I know. Yeah, I think everybody can relate to that feeling. You're right. You're a kid. Maybe you've just turned the light off down the bottom, and you just kind of move up the stairs, and you feel like someone's behind you, and you end up running up. Yep.
Leg it upstairs, don't you?
That's it. What is a topic that you are quite argumentative about?
See, I won't say argumentative, but I'm very passionate about it. Obviously, the trans community, LGBTQ community, like all of that, because I feel like feel like a lot of the time, all it takes is a little bit of education from for
Mm-hmm.
some people because they don't understand it. So
Yeah.
I'd say with that, I'm just passionate to educate. So I wouldn't say argumentative, like, I wouldn't ever, I've always met people before who have different views and stuff, and I always just try and educate. So I'd probably say that.
Yeah, I mean, of course, it's incredible that because it is something that you can be so argumentative about, and as you said, it's sometimes ignorance is the biggest crime of all. There, so yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
Okay, what is the best Christmas present you've ever received?
Bullet for My Valentine, the Poison album. My parents think. I swear to God, I was sat there with a CD player on the living room floor and I listened to it nearly all day on repeat. Best present I've ever had. Definitely.
I have to follow that up. Would that have been your early steps into sort of metal?
Yeah, I'd say so. On my path to getting heavy. Yeah, definitely.
Amazing. What age would you have been then?
Let me think. I'm really bad with ages and time. That's something I've always struggled with. I think the album come out in 2004. I'm 33 now. Don't know if you want to do some maths for me.
Oh God, what would that be? Oh God, I think if that's right, it'd be about 17.
Something like that, then. Yeah,
Something like that. Okay, cool age for it. Amazing. Tell me the worst joke you know.
I honestly don't have any. I'm one of them people, right, that I never remember jokes. I know obviously a lot of the sweaty, why did the chicken cross the road jokes, but I never remember the ending, so I never say them. I'd say the biggest joke is my past. I'm joking. Nah, it's why have you got any good jokes?
Oh God, no. See, I'm pretty much the same. I forget the endings, the important part, the part that's supposed to make you laugh.
Yeah,
So
I'm the
yeah.
same. That's why I never tell them because I'll get them muddled up. So
yeah, or they're just too blue for this late at night. This one depends upon if you know any of these, but what I'll ask it, we'll say, what is a good Stephen King book to movie adaptation?
I'll be completely honest. I've never really watched any of them or read any of the books. I know about what is it, Pet Cemetery? Is it?
Cemetery, yeah.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I can't answer that because I don't know enough.
Well, yeah, kind of guess it ties into the horror theme because obviously predominantly a lot of more horror related as well, and there's a lot. So if you ever, I don't know, have like a couple of weeks spare and just want to binge them all, they're there.
Yeah, I'll give them a go.
What is the most annoying thing you think you do?
That I do.
Hmm.
That's such a tough question. I honestly don't know.
It's good that you can't find it. I always wonder.
That doesn't mean to say I'm a saint and an angel because I'm not.
Of course.
I'd say I don't know. Probably not opening up a lot.
Yeah.
That's probably annoying sometimes. I am quite reserved unless you get to know me. So yeah, I guess that can be a negative, also a positive.
Absolutely. I mean, of course, there's nothing wrong with being a bit reserved because people can be people, of course. But do you find as you're getting older that you are becoming more open or more reserved?
I'd say more open. I used to be terrified of saying what I thought on the spot. And as I've got older, I kind of say things how they are, obviously with the respect of protecting people's feelings and stuff like that. But I'm very, very open and definitely, yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that comes through in the music. I know sometimes when it comes to music, people think there might be like a mask there, or it's easy for you to do that and so on. But that is certainly not the case with you and your lyrics and words.
No, definitely. You're right.
All right, what's your favorite dinosaur?
Favorite dinosaur?
If you have one.
A Fanisaurus. I don't know. It's not even a dinosaur, is it?
It could be. There's many weird names out there.
I'd say the generic one. What's it?
Oh, a T-Rex.
That's the one. Yeah, yeah.
No, I prefer your first answer.
What, a Fanisaurus?
Yeah, much better.
I'll have to try and draw one of them.
What's more interesting to you, deep space or deep sea?
Deep sea.
Why?
Because we don't know what's out there. I feel like space is like, I don't know, I've not really been that interested in it. The ocean, however, I'm just so intrigued because it's just, I just think it's crazy how we like go in it and it's there and there's bits of it we've never been to. Like, it's just, it blows my mind. I am terrified of sharks, I'll say that. So there is that. But I just, yeah, it's always intrigued me.
It does indeed.
And you're going to say the fact that you can't go down to certain points because of pressure. So we'll probably never ever know what's there, which I find crazy.
Yeah, there is incredible. Yeah, it's incredible. It's incredible. I agree. I chose both of them because they both fascinate me. But I couldn't choose either or. I've got one more for you, and it's this. What's your favorite swear word?
I know a lot of people hate this word, but it's got to be cunt. I'm sorry. It
is.
If you say sweaty cunt, silly cunt, stupid cunt, it's
adaptable.
In the right places, obviously, you can't just go around saying that. But
yeah.
Go on, what's yours?
It's that. You've just nailed it. I 100% agree. I think you just said it's adaptable. It can be used, and in the right context with the right people, it can even be a damn good term of endearment.
Yeah, like I love you, little cunt. Like,
exactly. Australians nail that.
Yeah.
Before you go, I wanted to ask one more question, really, going back to step out of your comfort zone, and it's this. And it's a bit predictive, really, more than anything else, but I'd like to see if you can gauge your mind in 6 months' time. In 6 months' time, when you look back at Step Out Your Comfort Zone and reflect on the record, what would you hope to be able to look at and think, yes, that was successful because of this reason?
I'd say, looking back, I'd say people's reactions on the songs. Like, I want to be able to look back in 6 months' time and for the album to have, obviously over time got to more people and look back at it and think we've helped people because we were so open, as you say, and so raw and just been vulnerable with the album. Hopefully in 6 months' time, a lot of people will be, they'll have that there to relate to. And we can look back and think it was all worth it. We did the right thing. We didn't hide anything. We didn't just write about things just because, it's a topic or it's there.
Yeah.
We did the right thing. Yeah, definitely.
Phenomenal words. And it all makes sense to me. And I would be completely surprised if that wasn't the case. It's an incredible record. You should all be very, very proud of what you accomplished here. And I wish you all success for it going forward. Fingers crossed you get a ton of live shows, end up in all the cities, pop over to London and do the nonsense here as well. Laura, thank you so much for taking the time to do this. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for supporting our band. We really appreciate that.
Thank you very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please help us out by giving us a thumbs up and hitting that subscribe button. If you really liked what you saw, consider donating to keep the website and channel running by buying us a coffee via our coffee page or picking up some merch from our Big Cartel store. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as via our social media, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, as well as listen to our interviews via SoundCloud, Apple Music and Spotify. Just search for GBHBL. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?